Hello, Reckonage7 and welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy, where we once again rejoin the 9th Camarines in their push on the village of Mancelliere. So this time, well, two things. One, I'm going to try and make a better effort of getting through the time. I feel we've been a bit sluggish in this scenario. And similarly, the big events are really going to be when we try and take on these two tigers. And if they just kind of sit back, then our plans for the immediate future is just going to be slowly clear out the German infantry that's in and around these couple of houses around La Mancelliere itself. So all my orders have been placed, nothing really changing in terms of our overall strategy. We're keeping our tanks out of sight of the tigers, and we're keeping our infantry and our Stuarts in close coordination just to clear out the remaining German defenders. Our tanks aren't doing a great job of spotting at the minute, so I've given them a couple of target orders. And then everything else is just kind of moving up the infantry and support. Of the three sections I've got on the left hand flank, I've got one who's going to break out into this wheat field on the left, not up against the hedgerows to begin with. I'm just going to hold in reserve. The second is going to kind of sweep down, hold just what direction is that? North, just north of the orchard, and the third's going to hold line of contact itself. I've also spied a few positions where we're hidden from this Tiger 2 by the barn. I'm going to set up the mortar and a brain gun in there, so hopefully we can catch some of this infantry moving along the map. Meanwhile, we are waiting for artillery to fall, so we've got 8 minutes left before we start pounding this area. I would like to set up and another artillery objective slightly further forward, and I'll do it with this chap at the end of the next minute. And that's about it, to be honest. So without further ado, let's maybe hit the big old red button and see what the first minute gives us. Not expecting too much. Well, actually expecting nothing, to be honest. Apart from... as he says, that would take casualty. Oh, and of course there's a brain gunner. So some infantry there giving us trouble. 2 casualties, that is really disappointing. Okay, we've driven off infantry there. We'll go have a look in that afterwards, just see exactly what they're made of. And I want to have a look close at these guys, because I am surprised by that. Oh, and our engineer's taking a casualty. And of course the brain gunner gets taken out, because he always gets taken out. It's interesting, because I've given these guys, obviously, a hold target order. They're just there. I want them to hide and preserve their charges, so we can make a throughway, a thoroughfare for tanks if need be. But I guess I suppose it may have been a quick move. Maybe that was a problem. We can go back and that. Right, okay, that was. I'm not lying. It was more eventful than I really wanted. So these guys, I'm gonna have to recover the brain gun. Just moving in position. Yeah, and they get caught from over here. So let's have a quick look. I know these guys do reveal themselves, because we had seen a remnant gun crew over here. Oh, there. I was still slightly viewing it. It looks like there's a remnant infantry crew as well, which are unfortunately making a good job of, defensive fire and then fall back. So also we saw an MP4. We didn't, which I think might stack up with the fire we saw. Yeah, I think that's more MP40 than MG, 40 or 32 or whatever. As I murder the German machine gun names. Okay, things which are good though. We have blown down this wall, which is going to reveal those guys to our tank when they finally decide to see through the smoke. So that's one positive. Also, we drove back the infantry here. This one's what we want. You see 3 picks driven, which is an unfortunately healthy amount of picks driven falling back. Okay, but at least we've driven them back. I think that was about what we saw from an infantry. Disappointing to take the casualty there. We can deal with it though. And deal with it we shall. Okay. Meanwhile, our poor engineers. And to be honest, blooming credit to these Tiger 2 spawn capability. I mean, my tanks are parked about 50 metres away from the hedgerow, and apparently we can't spot the German infantry mowing down our comrades. And yet these Tigers spot my engineers just walking along a hedgerow. Okay, so they take out 2 there, and I know there's some follow-up. Yeah, third one goes down. Okay, unfortunate, but I mean, functionality-wise, as long as we keep one guy with the 2 charges, they can do their job. So they're going to stay there, and I'll even give them a hide order to ensure that's the case. So I think that's all that happened on this flank. Yeah. Okay, we can keep seeing the German infantry move through. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I was supposed to say if we leave the machine gun back here, because that's a great position. Oh, they are moving forward actually. Surprising. You think you'd park someone along these kind of hedgerows, or maybe the small hedges getting in the way. You wouldn't think that'd be too bad a position. Okay. Where were we? Right, let's go into command phase. So one thing I will keep you guys around for is let's throw in. What can we use? The howitzer. Yeah, we need the FO to use the heavier howitzer, which is annoying because he's also one required to use the plane, so it gets very resource heavy on the one person. I'm going to aim slightly further forward with this. There is an unfortunately long call-in time, 15 minutes, which, I mean, let's be honest, that hurts. Oh, you can't see bugger all, actually. That's annoying, because I want to hit in these houses. Which... okay, yeah, I get that. Slope of the hill, having problems. So in fact, I'm going to pull you into this area. Which we've seen is a little bit dangerous. But hopefully, I can get you into a reasonable position. Realistically, you're going to want to be about here, I think. If you could line the sight down to that village. I want you to run some of that, which is dangerous. But I need you to be in position sooner rather than later. That apparently is still rubbish. I think we're now getting to ourselves, exposing ourselves to that tiger. Okay, this is workable, I think. Okay, good. Can you do it in a minute? Maybe not. Right, aside from that, I can finesse that in a minute. Other plans are not massively. I'm going to push forward slightly with the Churchills. We've got some infantry support swinging out to this side. We still know there's a machine gun here, so I don't want to advance my infantry just yet. And we're starting to just push some scouts to this orchard. Although we've already got Brand detachment here, so we've actually scouted this relatively well. Okay, I'll go put some orders in and we'll jump back. Okay, so it turns out we're doing a slightly better job on these guys than I realised, because they're all dead, so I must have just jumped out the action replay before we'd seen that take place. But that is excellent, so that'll give us a remit to push forward with both our Stuarts and infantry, which is exactly what I've planned. So again, we're going to hold on this side, and then push through, just clear out the Germans on this side. And we have seen the ones we know about are retreating. I should have cleared that target order. But hey ho. Some artillery falling at the back here, which is, I'm okay with that, to be perfectly honest. That's more concerning. And maybe we've got some infantry moving into this field, and maybe we want to hold them back. Okay, so we have got confirmation of the infiltrators here, which we knew about because they had inflicted some casualties upon our scouts. He said confidently, actually that's not true, that was infantry here. Okay. Well, that's fine. Those guys are in a pretty poor position. Although that's short range, so that is a little bit worrying. They could easily put up and strike to my Stuart. It's maybe not likely, but it's possible. And you certainly don't want to be gambling on the unlikely. No idea whose round that was. Okay, we've got a Churchill here, obviously just keep an eye supporting the push until our engineers can pop that hedge. Oh, okay. That was kind of okay, to be honest. Right, so there's not too much tweaks we want to make. Apart from... I'm probably quite happy to advance with this guy, just a little bit more open, and we've got some scouts pushing forward. Maybe we just keep up the fire here. Although it's annoying ones, whereas if you could see the person, they'd shoot at them, as they were, but they can't, so they don't. We could actually move a tank down because you are hidden by the hill from our Tiger 2 friend, which should give you better opportunity to support directly. But we shall do that. You are still moving in position. I don't think we've got any other orders to give, so we may just roll straight into another minute. Actually, one quick thing I want to do is come out this way with our Vickers. I'd like to position him somewhere over in this direction. I haven't exactly decided where. Okay, let's go one more minute and then I'll probably break away for some more detailed orders. Okay, this is good. Now let's look at, are you the... Oof. Are you the... You're the infantry squad, not the tank crew we saw. Bale. So that's really good. That's obviously the more of the danger. Oh, that's another infantry squad, okay. I don't know where that tank crew ended up. This is unfortunate. If our FO gets taken out, that is a huge loss. Yeah, can't be understated, so... We're going to have to ride our luck a bit there. Definitely looks like them's firing for effect though. And we've got more eyes here. Not from where expected, to be perfectly honest. Again, it's just the one infantryman we keep seeing. I suspect there's more in there. And maybe once our Churchill howitzer, 95mm, gets in position, we'll have a better view. Okay, two things I want to check out there. One is there's some machine gun fire coming out. Okay, it's coming out our Brent detachment from these annoying infantrymen who are also going to probably inflict some casualties on our scouts. Secondly, it looks like one of our infantry just took a shrapnel injury because they're quite far from the last one. And then, this could be big. Okay, just some injuries. Our scouts have bitten the dust. And our engineers have bitten the dust. Ouch. And I probably need to stop these guys from going any further forward. Okay, the engineers not letting the well. They had 2 charges left. We can get round here. Essentially this place is all open. We could have just made some shortcuts. But this is concerning. So if we lose that observer, we ain't using the planes anymore. And there's not a lot I can do apart from get them to hide and hope. Okay, I should probably stop these guys from advancing. That's a bit of an error, and the commander's dead, so you're not going to be able to call in anything. Frustrating, but there we go. You know, it's war, there are casualties. Can't expect the Germans to let it have their own way. Okay. Is that the... There's more infantry. Just falling back. Which I'm happy to support. Right, it's command phase. You guys are going to blast through. And back through, which will use up hopefully 2 of your 3 charges. And we'll sort it there. I'll pull those guys back a little. We'll see if we can't get this Churchill in. Right, I'll go away, I'll do some orders, I'll keep infantry pushing forward, and we'll come back in a minute. Okay, a couple of things I noticed we have to be aware of. I was plotting a move to bring my Churchill kind of up here and supporting the gap, and became acutely aware we're starting to see angles on the target. And let's be honest, we're going to get one shot, and then that will happily swivel in our direction and bring us ruin. So we have to be careful about that. I mean, the other thing was that our H unit here is on spotting rounds. Not great, given that his head's in the dirt and he's not spotting anything. But when they've finally called fire for effect, he'll be free to call in another mission. So I'll probably just use him for the howitzers that we're talking about. Okay, let's just hit the big red button. Keep advancing. One thing I do need to do is bring these guys forward slightly. Oh, hello. Here's a new unit. Oh, Panzerschreck. That will be what that explosion was. Ooh, this is... Yeah, this is not good. This could be the end of that that Churchill. Pooh. I've got him backing up slightly, but I think he's still going to present quite a nice target to that Panzerschreck guy. Unless he spots him, which he hasn't. Oh no. Doesn't matter. Spots him too late. Penetration of left turret. Still up and running. Radio optics. And now he's switched his target. We might have got away with one there. Just an injury. And obviously, his spotting's not great, so we've got to remember that. Oh. And there goes his main gun and his coax, and now he's essentially rubbish. That's disappointing. We'll go back and check that, because he's definitely... He got fire in that building. Oh, sugar. I was not careful enough. It's all coming unstuck on our leader casualty. Right. A couple of things. First of all, who did you take casualty from? Potentially someone over here? Maybe? Maybe within that unit. But let's go back and watch the demise of a Churchill here. I can't complain too much. He is quite far forward of a supporting infantry. I wasn't expecting infantry here, so that's my own kind of fault for going into an ambush. He scoots back. So he does take a round shortly. I mean, that's perfect ambush tender, but it's not the end of it. So got a 95mm shot, lots of MG fire into his position. And the German guy's just like, whatever, mate. Don't care. No problem. I'm going to have another go. Wow. Yeah, I mean... He's still not bothered. Fred to this guy. Absolute nails. And now you are just down to a very heavily armoured MG carrier. Okay, we can still use it. Bit annoying. Bit annoying. Right. Have we got better eyes of what's here? So we've taken out one poor German fellow. Which is good, because I think he inflicted, yeah, at least one casualty on us. Oh, just an injury. And then we've got just a rifle there. Okay. We are moving up some troops through this field, which is a little exposed, in fact. Dangerously exposed. Okay. Wow, okay, so there's definitely someone there who's probably going to inflict grievous harm upon us. But say before he gets a chance to do that. We're going to try and convince him it's a bad idea. Please do shoot that and that. Yeah, you guys bail into there, that's absolutely fine. Right, you absolutely need to shoot up this building with everything you've got. I know you can see it because you were shooting it. Please. Oh, you were definitely shooting it. It's upsetting. Let's move you down to a position where you can support. I'll push in. We'll get these guys continue to move through. I'll do that off camera. Yes, and you. How about you pop smoke and run away like an absolute hero? Sound good? Excellent. And this is, yeah, too bold. Too bold for me. Let's see if we can get our Vicar set up. I mean, yeah, that's also too bold for me. I don't like it. Hey, you guys have done your job. Yeah. Let's get you to clear out along here, please. I know there's a little bit of German infantry left, and I don't want to lose my Vicars to that. Oh, hello. Just hanging out, are you? Okay. Please, make this chap have a bad day about your medicing, that's good. You guys are just chilling out. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Do not want a Panzer Faust in the rear of my Stuart, so please take this guy. Okay. I would say good. Good is a strong word. Still spotting. Yeah, okay. You guys are now chilling in the ashes. What's your range like now? Still. No, it's still. Actually, that's in range. Still the eyes. And they've all pushed forward to there. Well, on the assumption that they were probably still going to come forward and you can't see. Okay, that's not ideal. Yeah, I want to really try and take a position along this hedgerow. Maybe what we'll do. So I'll go put those orders in now. Okay. Let's see if we can get our Churchill out here without being on the wrong end of Tiger 2. Nah. Dagnammit. Okay, we're containing quite heavy fire from what's resolved itself to be this building. They've done a good job leaving just little traps my troops to walk into. These guys are very open here because I thought this was a relatively safe passage. Okay, it's good. Our other Churchill's getting involved in the action, hopefully silencing that MG gun. At this point, lose that Churchill. They've just kind of held position here, which I'm okay with, because it allows me to drop all my artillery on them. Ooh, check that where you lost casualty from. Okay. Let's go watch this guy's demise, why not? I know I didn't at least get a shot, so obviously they've seen the Tiger. You can tell this red icon. Now he's firing. Smoke goes out. It's too late. Shell just smashes into them. So we lose one casualty over here, which is just a pixel troop. I say just, it's the best you can never hope for. And one of our Churchills spots and engages, which is good. We can get him to continue to apply the heavy firepower. We did spot, I think this might be the gun crew if I can find out where we saw them. No, no, it's infantry. Okay. Which is spotted by, obviously, these guys. Makes a lot of sense. Just rifles, though, so not the huge ones. I want to see what happens with this guy. Who is not just one guy. Right. So we had our Brand detachment here, and a hard target order. And they're also trying to machine gun this unit. Really badly, actually. Oh, hang on. Someone else gets involved there. Oh. Hang on. Is it really you? No, it's you. Okay. I was about to say. Actually, at 50 guys, it's this guy who's swiveled his turret all the way around and is getting his 7.62. So there's one guy left, and of course he still has a machine gun. So we cannot rest. And it looks like... Oh, he surrenders. Perfect, perfect. Okay, that's good. So he's surrendered. This guy is not in a great state. I don't think these guys are doing too well. And we just want to check, which is probably the guy here we were trying to suppress. Probably popped up at the end and just took someone out. Yeah. That's fair enough, I can't complain about that. We're strolling slightly towards a known enemy position. Right, you guys will get in, that's okay. So, two things I want to do is clear out. You're still medicing. Let's split you guys up. Apparently I can't. Okay. I'll have to clear orders. Hang on, I can do that. Yeah, let's grab this team. I need to quickly move along here and get into there, please. Meanwhile, I would like you guys to move up and absolutely hose this building. Although, slightly worried by the guy that's left there, so tell you what, can we just hose it from here? Or if we shuffle over slightly. Really? I mean, come on. Right. I'll wait, because I want to take care of whatever's here before we approach. Although I could continue to get this guy, just target light the ground story. So I just don't want to expose my flank needlessly. Take a a random Panzerfaust and then cry about it for a really long time. You're going to have to essentially stop your advances for fear of Tiger 2, which I think is a pretty good fear to have, if you ask me. Okay, you're still spotting. Plus a countdown on our plane. 6 minutes, okay. And I've got our advanced party here, having lost 2 pixel trooping. So keep pushing through these glorious wheat fields. You have stopped because you saw someone, which is fair. You can just hunt your way along, so you can spot them, take them out. You guys might as well deploy there, just on the off chance you see the guys at the end of the... I was going to call it a corridor. Kind of. Right, I'm going to check out on these guys before we go any further. Okay, orders in. Let's go. So we can dig out the last of these unfortunately determined Germans. I think... Well, that was a good hit. All this hours. We've finally found the culprit. Probably just has an MP40. He's an HQ. Uh-oh. He does have an MP40. That is worrying for these Poor chaps. Oh, let's watch this in microcosm. There it goes. Ooh, no casualties. Wow, we got lucky there. I did bring this guy up as well, who hopefully can just take him out with the rifle since he's just sitting with his binoculars. Oh, there's another one. Oh, he's dead. That's okay. Alright, let's spin it around. We'll watch out for flashing icons. All looks okay. Looks like he's bailed from the house. We'll have to check out those guys in a minute. I realise I might be one of my guys in trouble here actually. In fact, I probably am. To them, that classic error of not cancelling their hard target order while telling these guys go to that building. Please survive 3 seconds and we can cancel it. Okay, absolutely got away with them. That's a massive error, shouldn't have happened. Right, meanwhile, what happened over here? Okay, he's pinned, which means presumably you're going to kill him at some point, which looks like the last of that unit there. What's going on here? Are you alive, my friend? You're alive. You're also pinned. Now I thought we saw this move. Which usually means we saw someone running around. Ah, there he is. Did we see it move? Maybe not. Okay. I think that was about all the interesting things that happened. Okay. So what we'd like to do is use our Stewart to just make sure this is done. Let's go hit them for, sure, 1 full minute's fine. You're still shooting that building, which I'm okay with. You've got so many rounds, it doesn't really matter. You guys are shooting that up. Let's make sure they finish. Oh, I didn't check this guy's surrender, but you can see by the big white flag, that's exactly what happened. You please stop murdering our own people. I'm more than capable of getting them killed without that kind of help. Oh, push you guys up into support the rest of your section, and you are miles behind your section, but you did recover the brain gun, so I am very happy with that turn of events. Excellent. You've stopped again. That's because you see the tank. I don't care about the tank. Right. Let's get you to move up a bit. See, as it's a 1-0 issue with the hunt order. It's obviously he's seen the tank here and he's like, well, I'm going to stop. Where are you lads going? Is there a gap in the hedgerow here? Ah, it looks like there might be. Okay. Oh, I didn't hear anything about fire for effect. No, you're still spotting. Not ideal, but we'll have to take it what it is. Meanwhile, our scouts have pushed all the way forward, pretty much unmolested. So, with the exception of a tiny little bit of resistance, I think we've secured this, and then just, you know, minor problem of a lot of infantry and 2 Tiger 2s. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, we're getting there for time. You should absolutely be forward. Here, have a jog through the orchard. So let's maybe run 1 more minute. I'm absolutely okay with them hitting that with artillery. And then we'll call it a day. And we should have, he says confidently, secured the second objective. That's a worrying shot though. Did that come from you? I mean, it looks like he locks on something. I don't see him fire. Oh, don't tell me there's a third one. Come on, game. Yeah, our engineers attract some attention. Oh. Oh, Stuart, you are gone too soon. Oh, we like these little guys. They're doing great work for us. don't think he even saw what took him out. I think we've seen what's taken him out. Freedom is going to be an absolute challenge. Oh, there we go. It's a... oh, I'm guessing Panzer IV. Which would, it makes sense. We usually come to Trooper 4, I believe. Yeah, another Panzer IV. Which would round out the 3 we dealt with earlier. So what, just on this armour standings, we have... oh crikey, we have 2 working Churchills and 1 Duffer versus 2 fully working Tiger 2s and 1 unmolested Panzer IV. Oh. That's not great from a side that's supposed to be attacking. Oh, 1 insult to injury. Per tank crew. Right, it looks like we've broken the inventory here, and we haven't seen much of this heavy machine gun squad, but I dare say they're having a bad time of it. Now, I want to know if we killed... yeah, we did. Good. Who's it? Was it Private Masters? Because, I mean, you should hit someone in that range. I don't think it was, you know. Okay. And then the last infantryman breaks. Which I think is fair. These guys have come under quite a lot of fire. And all his mates are dead. That's a Panzerschreit. Wow, I got lucky there. This is what I was talking about, using tanks in such close proximity. Even with relatively good infantry support, obviously it's not perfect. Yeah. Luckily, 1 shot and done, so he's got no more anti-tank on him. And she'll be in this road, right? Do we see anything of... oh, an indoor garden? These guys here. We see you. We may lose you. Herring dead. What happened? Just lost sight. I'm going to need to push in there with infantry because I cannot leave a potential heavy machine gun down there. Yeah, okay. We shall do that. Okay, so, where do we stand? Right, ish. Let's be honest, we lost effectively 2 Churchills, although obviously up and running, not in the variety we would like. Nothing to get a Tiger and a Stuart. We now know better the layout of these guys, but we aren't really going to be able to push on them unless we can crack a few of these nuts. Does look like the infantry has stopped in the town though. So definitely if we're going to call another strike, it's going to be on this area, which I would like to order sooner rather than later. And we should be getting additional air in 6 minutes. We can call that in as well. Okay, right, we shall leave it there. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. As ever, thoughts, feelings, comments, do leave them down below. Enjoy the interaction. I'm feeling okay. But I think the biggest thing we've done now is advancing without taking stupid levels of casualties, which is, you know, always a problem. I think our casualty rate has been really good up until the start of this episode. It's crept up a little bit, just as we've got in the kind of, you know, close-in fighting where you trip over people. But even then, I'm okay. We've lost, you know, a handful of picks trooping. That's not too bad. The biggest bugbears have been the loss of the tanks. Stuart, I'll take on the chin. Didn't know the Panzer IV there. I didn't have indication of that. That's a fair loss. This one I'm annoyed about. I should have better realised because I had perfect vision on where he was. But we all make mistakes. But yeah, I think there'll be again a slightly bigger gap until the next one, just because I'm away again. But be praised, this will be the last trip I'm away, or last prolonged trip I'm away. So as of June, I'm going to be based at home again, full time. So we'll get back into a much better rhythm of, you know, pretty much 2 episodes guaranteed a week. So I appreciate your patience, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheerio!